New England Patriots. There's been a lot of talk about Cam Newton and whether or not he will be back. Jarrett Stidham is the other option. Brian Hoyer, I think, blew his chance with that brain issue that he had. I guess I could say brain fart that he had. There's nothing wrong with that against the Chiefs on that Monday night game. How likely do you think it is that Cam Newton is back? There was reporting near the end of the season, no way, no how. Cam sure sounds like a guy who'd be interested.
I think so, and I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities. I don't. I still think there's some positives about what Cam Newton did last year in a very tough environment. And I do think, some of his issues are fixable. I don't look at it that way. Again, it's a little bit like we talked about with like the 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, first off, where they are in the draft and everything like that, they could be in no man's land for the quarterback again. They might have to make a move if they want to think about drafting one of these quarterbacks. So, where does that go? And then out there in free agency, again, just show me some better options. I don't think they're the type of team that's going to trade the house or the farm for a Deshaun Watson or a Russell Wilson. I don't think so. That's usually not been in the DNA of the New England Patriots. I've heard the Marcus Mariota thing. That makes sense for the way their team is built right now. He can do some of that Cam Newton stuff and all of those type of things with the way they run the football. But I will not be shocked to see Cam Newton back there. And the big thing is, of course, as we know, they need to get some weapons to help. I don't care who's that quarterback. It's going to be tough sledding up there unless they start to get some receivers who can get open once in a while.
There's a report from NFL media that the trade interest generally in Marcus Mariota has cooled. You mentioned him as a potential Patriots quarterback, $10.725 million compensation package. Again, in this climate with the cap shrinking, they may have a hard time getting anyone to take on that number. They may have to cut him or keep him, but that's an expensive backup. If Derek Carr's your guy and he's making about 20 this year and you're paying Mariota half of that, and if your Carr at some point, you're going to say to John Gruden and or Mike Mayock, if I'm your guy, why do you have this other guy who's making 8 figures? It may be they just have to cut him loose if they can't find a trade partner. There's no reason for him to reduce his salary to facilitate a trade, and then maybe he signs with the Patriots on the open market. I mean, they paid Cam Newton last year with all the incentives tallied up, $3.7 million. Think about that. Even though they didn't get to the playoffs, that is a hell of a bargain for the quarterback position for the New England Patriots, and that's just more money they have going into this year's cap that they didn't spend on Cam Newton and the quarterback position last year.
Yeah, no, I know. It is amazing. It really is. They're in a predicament as far as this quarterback situation, is considered. They got Jarrett Stidham. Okay, great. He can be the backup. But, the way it looked last year, hey, that's one I was wrong about evaluating the quarterback. You want to sit here and, hey, Chris Sims is wrong about Jarrett Stidham. I was expecting to see more. There's no doubt about it when he did get his opportunities. And obviously there's something there missing in his game either way, too, because they never felt the need to really want to put him in there for Cam Newton, whether it's the person, the player, whatever. I don't know. But the team itself, quarterback, yes. Wide receiver, we know. How much can some of all these opt-outs help their football team as they come back? Again, Patrick Chung was up there in years as it was. A year off from no playing football. Dante Hightower, again, up there a lot, and a physical middle linebacker, like a car crash middle linebacker. What's he going to be like coming back? They got all this money. Secondary's good, but they do got to find some different makers on their front seven. I mean, as we saw, when they played teams that were good up front, like the Rams with their running game and the bootlegs and those things, and the 49ers and what they did, they were so outmatched they couldn't stop them for anything. They did whatever they want. So they have to improve a few areas on their football team to kind of get back in the the upper echelons.
We're gonna what was that?
Echelon.
Okay. Are you sure?
No, I'm not.
We do have the evidence.
Oh, we do? Is this thing recording? Oh, okay.
Because here's the thing. Last week when we had Miles Simmons on, he used upper echelon, and I said how refreshing it is to have someone who nails it on the first try.
Thank you.
And it's still a work in progress. When you carry around that many years the mistaken belief that it's upper echelons, it is kind of hard to break the habit.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.